Hello YouTube and welcome back to another Carboot pickups video. This time a special Oops I Pissed Off the Traders from Leicester Market edition. So as many people will know watching this, I've had a big problem recently, or over the past few months, with the traders from Leicester Market basically coming to my local car boot sale that I've been frequenting for over a decade, just buying every single video game related item. So I've been getting there earlier and earlier, and arriving there at 6:15 this morning. My favourite trader was already there walking around. Now, numerous times I've tried to make conversation with the guy, tried to speak to him, so this morning I asked him if he picked anything any good, if it was going to be worth me going to his stall in Leicester Market or not this week, and he just says, I don't know what, the stuff I've picked up, I don't know what it's worth yet, and that was it, just basically shrugged me off. So I thought, you know what, you've pissed me off now, I'm going to do exactly the same as you. So I decided, I'm going to buy every single video game related item, and we'll see who runs out of money first. So, I was sprinting around with my favourite trader on my tail, and the first person to come up to had a load of PlayStation 2 games, so I quickly asked them how much they wanted for them. They said 50p each. I said, I'll tell you what, I'll buy the lot. So without further ado, let's go through what we got. Now in my haste, two of the games that I picked up didn't have discs in the boxes. That was these two. That was MX Unleashed and NASCAR 07. Both look really good on the back, to be fair, but at 50p each it's no big loss. So that was them. If anybody needs those boxes, just let me know. Now, first game, Superbike 07. Which looks like a fairly competent bike game. The guy was obviously a complete bike nut that I bought these off, and a lot of these games are bike games. But that's no bad thing. There's some good bike games on the PS2. Next one is Crescent Suzuki Racing, which seems like a budget title, but it does include sidecar racing, so I presume it's, you know, at least worth checking out. Speed Cell Double Agents, which I've had the 360 version. This is a pretty good Splinter Cell game. Definitely worth playing through. Legendary Grand Theft Auto Vice City. Doesn't really need any introduction. Absolutely fantastic soundtrack on this one. It's complete with the map and the instructions. Next we have MotoGP 3. Absolutely phenomenal racing game. I remember when I used to have a projector screen back at my old house, we used to play it in 4-player split screen, and we only had like a 40-inch section of the screen each. It was truly epic and very intense, some of the races we used to have, so that's a great game. The next one I picked up, I'm really interested in this, don't know anything about it, but the artwork's amazing, and that's World War Zero. Doesn't look that good on the screenshots on the back, but I'm definitely keen to play it. Next we've got Rogue Ops, which looks like a fairly decent game on the back of the box. I don't know a lot about PlayStation 2, to be honest. The few years that I was into it, you know, the very early years, a lot of these games are way after I got rid of mine. Burnout 3 Takedown, which is on the Platinum, but, you know, one of the finest racing games ever made. Mortal Kombat Deception, which looks kind of interesting because it's got a lot of different mini games on it, including chess and some sort of puzzle one. You can just see on the back there. Never really a big fan of the 3D Mortal Kombat games, but maybe it's worth having a playthrough to get some of those mini games. Next up, MotoGP 4. Not played this one, but I should imagine it's astounding. Namco really were, you know, on top of the game when it comes to making bike games. Far superior to anybody else who's done it since. Climax were pretty good on the Xbox, but the new people who are doing it, who are being published by Capcom on the 360 and the PS3, it's just embarrassing. Let's just give up straight away. They're absolutely terrible. Next up, Legendary Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. Really pleased with this actually, because it's in really mint condition, including the map, which is quite unusual really. It's been pulled out and battered about. Next is Riding Spirits 2, which I believe is the sequel to the game made by Polyphony Digital, but weirdly enough they don't seem to have anything to do with it, but see there's quite a few different disciplines of bike racing on the back there, so keen to get into this. No, that's the rubbish in it, because that was called Tourist Trophy. Yeah, no, that's got nothing to do with the game made by Polyphony Digital. Next up is Quake 3 Revolution. I remember playing this when I did used to own a PS2, and at the time it was a pretty decent first person shooter. But we shall see. And the last one from this seller was Resident Evil Code Veronica X, which is on Platinum, but a pretty well regarded game. Not really, well, never played this one. I've not really played a Resident Evil game all the way through since the first one. I think it was after those dogs jumped through the window, it scared me off, to be honest. So yeah, all those games, I think there was about 16 of them and I give them £7, so absolute bargain. Now, you think, well, why does he keep buying these PS2 games for? He's not even got a PS2. I mean, I know he's upset with that market seller, but is there any real need? Well, you're kind of right and you're kind of wrong. Because I did buy a PS2 today, but unfortunately, even though the seller told me that it was in absolutely perfect working order and that he tested it himself, I came back, opened the disc drawer, and it went, and then the front fell off. And so I thought, you know what, this is no good. So I thought, I'm not happy with this, I paid £5 for it, I'm going to take it back. So I went back to the Carboot sale, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to keep this joypad and this memory card for the inconvenience. This joypad's in really nice condition, obviously, you know, memory card's worth having. So I kept them for the inconvenience, and when I got back there, the guy seemed pretty surprised. He asked me how much I'd even paid for it, so I told him £5, and just got to give him the money back, and I said, how much do you want for this game? And he said £1. I said, I'll tell you what, just give us £4 back then, because I think this is the sequel, I mean the prequel, to Earth Defence Force on the 360, and if so, absolutely phenomenal game. In really nice condition. So even though the guy sold me a dodgy PS2, I managed in the end with a bit of petrol money to get this, a joypad and a memory card for £1. So you can't really grumble at that, can you? So I'll tell you what, I'll even put the memory card in there as a reminder. So that was it, huge PS2 pickup for myself. So I've gone back to take that PS2 back, and that's when I've run into my second trader upsetting issue of the day, and that is the chap from Leicester Market's partner, because they work in twos. She was there and she was looking for this huge blue box full of games and things, and I did politely ask her if she was going to be buying all the games or not, and she just said yeah, I'm going to be buying most of them. And I noticed there was 8 PlayStation 1 games stacked at the side, so I picked them up and I said to the seller, how much are these games? She says 10p each. I thought, crikey, no wonder that woman's looking through the box. So I thought, you know, I'm going to think quick on my feet here. The other week they beat me some Master System games. I was just about to buy them and they said, oh, I'm buying them, and that was that. So I said to the woman, I said, I'll tell you what, I said, I'll give you £2 for the lot. She says, well, they've got to go. She goes, that'll do. I said, well, you best explain to her then, isn't you? So she goes, excuse me, love. She goes, do you mind? I've just sold all them to this lad for £2. So the woman turns round to me, gives me the nastiest look ever, and she goes, well, I suppose you must need them more than me, you fucking wanker. And I thought, you know what, that's no way to talk to your customers. Never coming back to your stall again. So that was that. But without further ado, for £2, this is a huge haul of stuff. Absolute bargain. So let's get on with it. The first thing was a boxed PC game. The first one I've ever picked up, in all honesty. Whether it'll run on my laptop, I don't know. It looks fantastic on the back there. It's obviously some sort of tank RTS game or whatever. I'm not sure if it's complete. It's got 3 discs and all the rest of it, but if it'll run, then brilliant. I'll definitely be having a go on that. So now on to the PlayStation 1 games, and I think there was about 20. So and they're not all classics, they're not all great, they're not all in the best of condition, but there are some good ones that I'll definitely keep. So let's get on with it. The first one was Cool Borders 3, which comes with this excellent demo, which has got some fantastic games on it, including Ghost in the Shell, which if you know anything about PlayStation, you know it costs an absolute fortune, that game. Unfortunately, the Cool Borders 3 has had a piece eaten out of it by a mouse, so I won't actually be able to play that, which is a bit of a shame. Next is Power Rangers Time Force. This is missing the front cover. Obviously not my kind of game, I've no idea what it is, but I will stick it on for a laugh later on, why not? I've got the system. Next is a very budget game, GP Challenge. This looks like an horrific racing game in all honesty, but got to remember these budget games were very cheap at the time, so you know you can't expect the highest of qualities. Next up is Grand Theft Auto Platinum, which weirdly enough I got this the other week, it didn't have instructions. I got this week and it's got the instructions but no maps, but there's that. We've got Knockout Kings 99, which I wouldn't have really been into in 99, so I doubt I'm going to be playing it now. We've got Soviet Strike, the original version, which is okay, but I'd say Nuclear Strike was better. We've got Monsters Inc. Scare Island, which is missing the front cover. We've got Digimon World, which is missing the front cover and the instructions, but it does come with the back inserts. Again, a game I've got no interest in. And then we've got a few little dancing games here. So we've got Dancing Stage Euro Mix. I know as soon as this video is finished, I'll be getting straight to eBay and picking myself up a dance mat. So in absolutely fantastic condition. Another dancing game is Dancing Stage Party Edition. So this is when I get 2 dance mats and get all my friends round. We're going to be cracking this on and having a good old jig. This includes a bit of Carly and S Club 7, so you know, what can you say? This is good stuff all round. And the last dancing stage game, and this is one for everyone, it's the Disney mix. So this is obviously the after hours mix here. I've no interest in playing these games whatsoever, but they're in really nice condition, so maybe I'll have a go at selling them as a set or something like that. Next up is Everybody Golf, which, well, I'm not sure if it's going to be my kind of thing. I used to play a bit of Tiger Woods, but that's about as far as it goes. Or Spot and Mario Golf. Got Disney's Tarzan, which is in really nice condition. I remember playing a demo of this years ago, and I think it was an okay game, to be fair. So that's that. Next, a game I absolutely loathe, and that's Rayman. And I loathe it just because I've watched so many girls play through it over the years that I just cannot stand anything Rayman. But it's in nice condition, it's just the same as on the Platinum. But there you go. We've got Miracle Space Race, which produced by Midas, so it's probably a budget game. I have no idea about that. And then we move on to the PlayStation games that I'm interested in keeping. So obviously there's this demo disc here. This has got Ghost in the Shell, like I mentioned. There's this one here called Station 7, which has also got some pretty cool games on it. It's got a G Darius on it as a demo for a start, so I'll definitely be playing through these later on. We've got Scars, which I've no idea about, but it says it's a supercomputer animal racing simulator, so it's got to be good, isn't it? And we've got Action Man Mission Extreme, which I've no idea if it's any good, but it's pretty cool. It's in really nice condition, and there's some funky use of colour. We've got the EA Classics Soviet Strike Edition. Now, obviously, you think, well, why is it going to keep a Classics Edition? But this is literally brand new. It has a mark on it, absolutely spanking. So, yeah, I probably will keep that. We've got Worms Armageddon, which is missing the front cover, but it's a Worms game, so you guarantee it's going to be good fun. We've got Reloaded, which I recently borrowed Loaded off one of my friends. I played it for about half an hour and I thought, you know what, I'm going to give him this back, it's not that good. Interesting thing about this, not only is it the sequel, but it comes with 2 copies of the game for some bizarre reason. So it is only 1 disc, I have checked. I love those classic double PlayStation cases, much like this one here, Hardcore 4x4. I remember absolutely disliking this game back in the day, but one of the original PlayStation releases as far as I remember. And yeah, I look forward to revisiting this later. And this one's actually got the blanking panel, like so. Then we've got Pro Pinball Fantastic Journey. Really like pinball games, so quite happy to pick this up in absolutely mint condition. It comes with 2 discs. It comes with Pro Pinball The Web and Pro Pinball Fantastic Journey, as well as the instruction book. So I should be cracking that on later. And the last PlayStation 1 game is Alien Trilogy, which I remember playing this in the Atari Jaguar. It's very atmospheric. It's very much like Doom, but it's set in the Alien universe. But this one's complete and in nice condition. So that was all the PlayStation games. I then found this, which was a PlayStation controller extension cable. Not that I'd need one, because it's another 7 foot and you get 7 foot already, but it was quite nice to see in its box. For 50p I thought, why not pick it up. So the last thing I picked up gaming related was actually a Fanatec Speedster 3 steering wheel. Now I wouldn't usually buy steering wheels for the PlayStation or PlayStation 2 or anything like that, but I know the name Fanatec. My friend basically bought the steering wheel for the Xbox 360 made by Fanatec, and it cost £400. Because unlike the Microsoft one, which we blew up, it's belt driven and not cog driven. And this Fanatec wheel is exactly the same. Unfortunately, it's missing the desktop clamp that should come with it. The lady, and whether she's trying to just get a sale or not, I don't know. She claims she lives in the next village from here, and that the piece is at home and she's going to give me a call. But if she does, great. If not, I'll just have to cope with it being on my lap. But that came with the set of foot pedals, as you would expect. So that was it really down the car boot sale. Quite a lot of stuff. I think I spent about £15. And thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll upload some more videos soon.